A level created by over 45,000 players, or completing Bloodbath 1000 times. These are records that will probably never be broken in Geometry Dash. So let's start! As I mentioned, the level that was created by over 45,000 people. The whole action was initiated by one of the most popular creators, flukes. It allowed to place or remove one object every 5 minutes, similarly to airplanes. The level is called Playtime 01 NGF 234J AGH1. This name was also invented by the players. The next record belongs to SpaceUK, which is a record that probably no one will break. You're probably wondering what kind of record it is. This is being a detectable cheater for over 2 years. And he doesn't even use undetectable ways to cheat, he just uses Zbot. And as I read, Zbot is a popular, free, cross-platform Geometry Dash replay bot, used to record, play and share gameplay macros. But in my opinion, SpaceUK is one of the best things that happened to Geometry Dash, because players are more concerned about whether someone is cheating or not, and will probably never let such a scandal happen again. And speaking of SpaceUK, Slaughterhouse. This is one of the levels that SpaceUK has cheated on, but this time we are not talking about what SpaceUK did, but what Pop-Pop did. Because Pop-Pop beat Slaughterhouse 3 times in a row, as if it was Stereo Madness for him or some other simple level, and in my opinion, it will never be beaten, and if it is, it won't be anytime soon. The next record is more ridiculous than impressive, and it belongs to the level called Firework. After 234,000 attempts, Trick finally verified the firework, and it was the new top 1 for a very long time. 17 seconds. That's how long Firework was in top 1. Only 17 seconds. Firework was top 1 for only 17 seconds. And it's thanks to SpaceUK who verified Slaughterhouse in similar time, which is more difficult than Firework. And then Robton rated 3 levels at the same time. Firework, Slaughterhouse and Arcturus. All were potential new top 1s. Another record is Complete Domination by Skeletal Shenanigans. This level became such a huge success that in less than a year it gained almost twice as many likes and downloads as the previous most popular medium demon, which is Nintendo. As of the time I'm recording this, Skeletal Shenanigans has 37 million downloads and 1.7 million likes. The next record is the level with the lowest number of objects. This level was created by Quok and it's called List, and it has only 16 objects. This is what the whole level looks like. It doesn't have much to offer except avoiding repetitive sounds, and it lasts a minute, but in my opinion there will probably never be a level like this that will be rated. The next record is Chomp Step 90%, and you're probably wondering what's so hard about this level. It's just a regular club step. The problem is that for every club step monster that appears in this level, there is a 1 in 2 chance that the club step monster will kill you, and the guy who did 90% on it had about 1 in a 500 million chance of making it. So this record is probably a permanent world record. The next record is the biggest fluke in the entire game. A player called Scarro made a fluke on the Erebus with a 0%. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, this player simply has 0% on the level and passed it immediately after that. To show how difficult this achievement is, I can say that Erebus is a level that is currently in the top 579 on RL. Levels like Bloodbath or Sakuman Hell are easier than it. The next record is set by a player called Sven Player TV. He completed the Bloodbath 1000 times as if it was nothing to him. The whole thing took him 28 days, and here is his reaction to completing it 1000 times.
We did it! Oh my gosh!
The longest 2.1 level is Timeless by Cyrillic, lasting negative 2 billion seconds, and to complete it you have to wait 136 years. But why 2 billion seconds? Couldn't it be longer? No, because Geometry Dash is most likely a 32-bit game, and the previously mentioned number is 2 of the power of 31, which is the maximum number for a 32-bit system. The biggest jump in history is the jump from Bloodbath Z to the top 10, which is Firework. The creator named Breeze took on this challenge, and 2 years ago, after over 500,000 attempts, he passed Firework, and it is the biggest jump in the history of this game because Bloodbath Z is a medium demon and Firework was top 10 at the time he passed it. The longest level verification belongs to Silent Custom, which was verified for over 7.5 years. It was an open verification and at the same time a race, and it meant that every player had a chance to verify this level, but only one managed to do it, just Pakua. Or Pakua? I don't know how to pronounce it, but yeah, on July 17, 2022, after over 138,000 attempts, he finally succeeded, and this is the longest verification in history. I think even Aterus won't take that long to be verified. Another record is Robtop's comment, which received over 2.4 million likes, and you probably think that this comment was incredibly revolutionary for this game, or that it brought something great. I didn't think so, because I know that Robtop is a bit of a troll, and the content of this comment is as follows. Like or dislike this comment, it will add 10 likes either way. Checkmate. Unfortunately, I don't know if what he wrote works because I probably liked his comment a few years ago, but you can't write in the comment whether it works. The most stars you could get in a single level was 127, but how the could not be known. It was due to a hacker who made his own levels and rated them himself, and you didn't have to do almost anything to them, and some of them were even tiny, but there were a lot of these levels, and thanks to this, players could get up to 1000 stars in a few minutes, and one of them was called korv. Korv means sausage in Swedish, but how do I know that? I watched a video about this. But how did he do it? In short, this hacker obtained a link that allowed him to rate every level for every star on every difficulty, and he set as a record for stars for one level that will never be broken. The highest price in the store for an item was 100,000 for the music customizer. I seriously don't know how the RobTop came up with that price. Later in the update 2.201, RobTop introduced discos and now it costs 40,000 ore, but this only proves that RobTop will never make such an expensive item in the store again. The next record is set by Zoink, who simply dominated the game. On January 14, 2022, he became the top 1 player, overtaking SpaceUK, meaning he even beat Cheater. I personally thought he wouldn't be top 1 for long, but he's been top 1 for over 4 years. He's the second person after Elswish to complete the entire main list, which is the 75 most difficult levels in the game. Currently, he dominates the demon list so much that he has about 2,700 points ahead of the second player, W Popo. And if you don't know what points are, as you beat increasingly difficult levels, you get more points. For example, there are 350 for top 1 and about 200 for top 10. This is truly no small achievement. Unless Zoink suddenly leaves the game like Elswish, no one will beat him. The next record is set by the player Footman, and it's hard to say, the hardest level that one beat with their foot. Nie mogę. On January 27, 2025, this player managed to beat Windy Landscape with their foot. And in my opinion, no one is crazy enough to beat something harder like this. Like, what the fuck? The next record is beating an extreme demon without practice rounds. Yes, you heard right, without practice rounds. Most players probably won't be able to do a medium demon without it, but some players are so advanced that it is easy for them. I found 3 videos of completing these extreme levels. There's a video of Pure L, Diamond and Multiverse GD. They all completed these levels without practice runs. Diamond passed Precipitance, which is 1351 errand. Multiverse passed Stellana, which is 1067, and Pure L passed Sonic Wave Rebirth, which is 308 on errand. And here you can easily conclude that Pure L completely dominated it, completing a level that is much more difficult than these two. Unfortunately, no, because he previously completed Sonic Wave using practice runs, which apart from the decorations is practically the same as Sonic Wave Rebirth, and that's why Multiverse GD wins. The next record is the highest heart rate, which is really dangerous. A player named Endcliff has a truly alarmingly high heart rate. For example, a month ago on the moment, he had a whopping 216, or on Butiti 2 when he achieved 91%, he had a whopping 229, but probably no one will ever beat what he did on the Hot Rod. 5 months ago, on August 10, 2025, he posted a video in which he beat an extreme demon called Hot Rod. After beating it, everything was normal, his heart rate was around 140, but see for yourself what happened a minute later. Yes, a 232 heart rate. That heart rate occurs among other things during panic attacks or intensive exercise, but aside from being dangerous, it's a new record that I hope no one will ever break. The next record is the truly weirdest pass of the Deadlocked. It is one of the main levels in this game, and if you know how to spam, you can achieve what Pure L did. So, in this obstacle on the mini-wave, there is a gap that can be passed using, among other things, the mini-wave. Pure L did it, and in addition to that, he made many swaggers that destroyed my brain. Like, what the fuck is that? In general, Pure L is one of the most wave-carried players. Just look what he did on Sakumanen. Or for example, he did a jump from Sonic Wave to Sakumen Circles. And I would like to mention that both of these levels are mainly wave. And the last record belongs to RobTop, which hopefully won't be broken. It's a major update that has been dragged out for over 7 years. 2.2 is truly the biggest and most important update in this game. It added a ton of features, but 7 years? If this continues, we see 2.3 in 14 years. So I'm really optimistic that RobTop will release this update this year. And that's all. I hope you enjoyed the video. And if you like, you can comment below about what you liked or disliked about this video, as well as any myths, because I plan to bust 100 myths in the next video, so stay tuned.